Hi Tarot Rebels, welcome to today's video. My name is Michaela from Tarot Rebel and I'm super happy to see you joining us today. As you can see today we have another VR tag, something I've seen on YouTube quite a lot lately, but I haven't been tempted to film a response until I saw Levi's video, Levi at Masculine Intuition Readings. Mainly because I agree with most of the points that Levi addressed in his video. So the tag is No Disclaimers Tarot Tag, and it was started by Katie Flowers. And if you want to check Katie's video, I'm sure most of you have seen it in the tarot space, but if you haven't, the link is in the description box down below, as well with Levi's video and another video that I found intriguing from Cosmic Lunar Soul, because she mentions a couple of decks that I so happen to agree that they're a bit not necessarily unpopular, but not popular enough. So basically that's it. So without further ado, let's get into the prompts. So I think the first one was, what trends, tropes in tarot annoy you the most? And I'll just start, I don't know, going through the decks, because I just want to do something with my hands while I talk. I would say in tarot, and for some reason I picked up this Liminal 11 deck. I think decks that replicate the RWS system, I think without bringing something new to the story, I think that's my biggest pet peeve. It's I don't know, I want to learn more. I want to layer my tarot with someone else's vision and then apply my own vision, my own mythos against it, and then so on and so forth, so that it allows me some growth as a reader. And I think layering my intuition and knowledge and and so on and so forth until the end of time, it's like I'm in stuck in a loop. I think that's what tarot is for me. But most decks are just reinterpretation of RWS. Like, look at this Three of Wands, right? The Two of Pentacles. You've seen this in various forms. It just feels a bit lazy without adding to any of those layers that I want. And I'm just talking from experience. Cat decks, I have loads of them for some reason or another, although cats are not my favorite animal. And it's just, yeah, they're fun in the beginning, and it's nice to see how many cat decks there are and how can they be interpreted to either have human bodies and cat heads, or wear human clothes, or be in human environments, or even cats being cats in their own environment. But this can become quite repetitive, and how many do we need at the end of the day, right? And I think the same goes with theme decks, like manga inspired, TV inspired, book inspired decks, animal based decks. I think these are the main pet peeves that I have, and I kind of stopped looking at those decks unless something in the art kind of draws me in. Another type of deck, and I've touched on this point a lot, is decks with their own system. And I think like Dreams of Gaia and the Harmony Tarot, which everyone knows by now that I dislike the system, because it's mainly its own system, and I don't think it's suitable for me. Obviously, I know people who use it. It does look really pretty in Instagram pictures. It's definitely not a deck for me, but I can understand why some people like it, because the imagery is really nice. So yeah, I guess that's one of my pet peeves. Next prompt is, which deck do you feel is overrated? I'm gonna go on a limb, and I know in the late in the latest years, it has become more of an occurrence to say that the Wild Unknown or the Light Seers, which are fan favorites and have gone to popularize tarot to mainstream audience, some tarot readers, including myself, do not feel like those decks are worth the hype. And I agree. For me, it's the Wild Unknown, and I know lots of readers who have been violently against it and now they read with it and they swear by it. I can't see it work for me. I've seen people suggesting that it has similar art with another deck that I love, which is the Naked Heart, which I don't have now here with me. Again, shame. I guess for some reason I connect with the Naked Heart more. I just don't like the where's my I don't like the card stock, so that's why I don't use it. But I can see some imagery being I don't know, maybe borrowed, recycled from one deck to another. And it's up to you as a reader to see which deck you connect with the most. I personally like the Naked Heart, obviously. The Wild Unknown is a bit too abstract for me, in a way that I just can't see it work. Okay, what are your least favorite decks since you've joined TarotTube? Controversial, I know, because it's been like an influx of water / ocean / mermaid theme decks lately, but those are decks I don't really connect with. The only exception would be the Dame Darcy mermaid deck. For some reason, I don't know why I like that deck. I don't have it, but I want to have it. There seems to be a lot of water themed decks with whales and so on. I do have a problem with water. Like oceans scare me, so I don't see myself using those decks. I watched some videos on Healing Waves, I think it's called. I couldn't finish watching the videos because of that, so it's like the big no-no. And another controversial for me is Liminal 11 decks, and I have two of them. I have the White Newman and I have the Cosmic Slumber. The art is really cute. It obviously very RWS centric and based on that, and it's obvious. It just feels so disconnected from tarot, like I'm just watching a cartoon. Art is really pretty, I'm not saying it's not. It's just, it feels like the art is incorporating tarot rather the other way around, and it feels like the tarot meanings are just an afterthought. The quality is okay. I do have this Cosmic Slumber deck, which is their standard quality, and I have the special edition of the White Newman, and I do prefer the standard quality. It's just, I feel like when I read with them, I just go by the book and I don't use my intuition, and for me it's very important to do that. I don't know, it's just one of my preferences, I guess. Next prompt is, what card ruined a deck for you? And this is one of the cards that absolutely bothers me. I feel like I have multiple cards that are very important to me. I feel like the lazy reinterpretation of the Three of Pentacles, the Eight of Pentacles, the Four of Wands. I think most of these reinterpretation are an absolute mess. Three of Pentacles and Eight of Wands usually are shuffled around and have bees or ants imagery to suggest the teamwork element of the card or the hard work element of the card. The Four of Wands disguised as the marriage card, again tickles my pickle. I hate it. Sorry. The devils with the shackles. Devil is so much more than that. Just reducing the devil to that, it's kind of lazy. Again, the hanged one as a bat, again, just because they swing upside down, it's not doing much for me. The death card as the skeleton slash butterfly slash Dia de los Muertos imagery doesn't give me too much room to read the card. I get it. It's about transformation. It's about metamorphosis. It's about ending of a cycle, whatever. It's lazy, and I get it. The symbols are very easily recognizable. They're universal. Everyone knows them. It's being used as an easy way out rather than adding your own interpretation as a deck creator. I find it a bit underwhelming, to say the least. And just to go to Levi's video again, I agree with him. The Sun card and RWS in general is just boring. I absolutely dislike the Sun card. It's one of my least favorite cards ever. Like, I even like the Five of Pentacles more than I like the Sun card, just because it has so much layers to it. But the Sun card and the interpretation, the standard interpretation of the Sun card, is just absolutely boring, and I dislike it to no end. I think my any alteration to the Sun card is absolutely welcome by me, because I just need something that's not that, you know. Okay. Moving on. I'm just gonna put this deck aside because the next prompt is about what out of print deck do you wish was still in print. And honestly, I don't really have one. I would really like the Marielle, the first edition, and I will say it over and over and over again until I can find the Marielle, the first edition, because I think this is such a workhorse of a deck, such a study buddy, if you like. It's one of my favorite decks ever. I think, in all honesty, I'm happy to have managed to let go of the fear of missing out that I was going through and consuming tarot instead of coping with my issues, because at some point I was using tarot as a form of coping mechanism. But yeah, I think out of all the decks that aren't necessarily out of print, and this is not out of print because we have the second edition, obviously, I think I would like the first edition just because I want to be able to compare the cards. Okay. Next question. What are some of your tarot and tarot tube pet peeves? Okay. Controversial. Like, this is a nice devil, going back to my previous point, right? The devil, it's so intricate. It talks about something else, something more than being tied to your negative aspects. I think it talks about being Machiavellic too, and I like the purple, the choice of purple in this card. But anyway, I digress. Going back to the question, tarot and tarot tube pet peeves. I know some tarot readers are against doing readings for the collective, and I get it. Sometimes it does feel like you have to keep doing them to ensure a certain level of engagement, if you like, with your content, with your audience. However, I'm not innocent of not doing them. I do them when I feel like, sometimes I get like this massive urge of doing them. Fortunately, this is not necessarily a massive point, drawing point to my channel, so they don't get too much traction anyway. But I do feel the urge to do them sometimes, and I commit to that energy. If it wants to be expressed in any way, I just do it. Since I've returned to doing tarot readings in person, I find myself with a lot more energy than before. Like when I was doing readings on YouTube rather than in person. Because for me, it's very taxing to do those readings. It's draining mentally, physically to do readings for so many people, even though not so many people watch them. Another thing I dislike about TarotTube is that, and this is controversial, again, there seems to be a toxic positivity trend and positive reviews that make it hard to stay grounded. And I feel like they're promoting consumerism. And I know that this has been a topic in our world that has been discussed and rediscussed over and over again. I still don't find it stifled in any way, and I feel like the conversation was generated, but the effects are not visible yet. So I think what I'm trying to say is, do we need that many decks? Do we need to have that, says the woman with so many decks on the table, right? And I would like to see us a bit more balanced in our purchases and our recommendations, if you like. And last but not least, for tarot, I would like to be, I would like us consumers and creators to be more accountable as to how the decks are produced. Because so many times I've ordered a deck from an indie creator, and I hate knowing that the deck traveled from the factory to the creator, which then sent it to me, because it feels like so much unnecessarily travel, so much oxygen consumed, if you like, and it makes me feel very selfish, and it's a selfish act to want and get everything you need. I would like us in our community, I would like us to be more environmentally conscious with the decks we consume. Like, for example, all my mass market decks, they're bought secondhand just because I feel like it's better. Just like with fast fashion, especially if it's a mass market deck, it just feels like it's fast fashion. We just buy and buy and buy because you can get it from Amazon, which is one of the biggest contributors to climate change, right? Even though they try to make it seem like they're not, they are. And I would like us to be more responsible and hold ourselves accountable for the footprint that we generate with our deck consumption, if you like. Moving on to the next point, because I've talked about my opinion with regards to buying decks that travel so far away. They're mass-produced in conditions that aren't necessarily environmentally friendly or labor laws favorably friendly. The next question is, what are some decks that you feel they should have more recognition? And one of them is Ostara Tarot. I dislike the box. I love the deck. This is one of the decks I will never ever let go. I'm just going to show you a couple of the cards because the Wheel of Fortune, one of my favorite Wheel of Fortune. This is a collab deck, so you have the name of the authors, the creators: Molly Applejohn, Eden Cook, Krista Gibbard, and Julia Ardell. This is each of the creators has drawn one of the suits, and then they did the majors together, and you can see that the art is not necessarily cohesive, but it is. This is one of my favorite decks. I always use it. I can use it on myself, I can use it on others. It's just so responsive, so intricate. I get so much from this this card. For example, this is the 10 of Cups. You see the cups in the background. You see, like, there is so much in this card that you can get. Like in this 2 of Cups, it's absolutely lovely. These are like acorn hats, and these birds together. It's just absolutely lovely. It's such an this is one of the devils I like. It's cute. The Four of Swords as the rabbit. I don't know. It's just one deck that I really enjoy using, and I think it's so underrated. I don't see it that much in readings on YouTube. I don't see it that much mentioned. I used to have this Queen of Pentacles as my avatar because I really loved it. It's one of my favorite Queen of Pentacles without it being overly motherly or boring, you know. Anyway, so this is one of my favorite underrated decks. The next one is the Mystical Dream Tarot. This is a really nice sturdy box. It's just the way it's been designed with having the deck split in two is not necessarily the best idea. The next underrated deck is the Mystical Dream Tarot. Again, a deck that I don't see people talk about. Again, with the split box. So let's just ignore this for now. Okay. These are the backs. They're very glossy because Edison Books. Okay, cool. They are very glossy and everything seems like it's from a dream sequence, hence the Mystical Dream Tarot. It's just, I don't use it a lot and I know the art is quite busy. Let me just take the boxes out so you can see how busy it gets. But it feels like it reaches deep within my soul. Like I don't necessarily use it a lot, as I said, but whenever I need like a spark of creativity or I need to do like an introspection within me, this Two of Cups is absolutely stunning, right? I don't know, it feels like it's such a positive vibe without being overly sweet. It's one of my favorite decks that I don't use, and honestly I don't know why I don't use it. I like the colors, I like Lady of Pentacles. Initially I was so put off by this card, but I've grown to love it because it's such a, it does represent the motherly figure. Lady of Cups, the Ace of Cups, gorgeous. Everything about this is absolutely gorgeous. This is the Death card. And the guidebook is absolutely, it's so smart in the way it's done. I like this for the Fool, the Innocent. I don't know, it's just one deck I never seen mentioned, and I think more people should use it and should mention it because it's such a breathtaking piece of art in the end, for me at least. It is. And another deck that I think it's not talked about enough is the White Sage Tarot. So I think everyone knows it by now. I'm just gonna put this deck aside. This is how it looks like. If you want, like this is a pip deck, true. It has some chakra colors associations, if you want to learn that. I know people like it. I've seen it mentioned a couple of times, but I don't see people use it in readings, and that is mind-boggling to me. You can do chakra work with it. I sometimes use it as an oracle deck with my Ember and Aura tarot. Let me show you how well they pair together, like just randomly. Wow. 4 of Wands and 6 of Cups. 3 of Pentacles and Son of Wands. I don't know, there's a clear determination between these two these two decks that I really like, the way they fit together in a way, even though the color palette or the style is not necessarily cohesive between the two of them. Page of Cups and Son of Cups. Growth. The Magician with the 7 of Wands. I don't know, it's just something I noticed, and I started using them both together more than anything. And I sometimes use the Ember and Aura as an oracle. Sometimes I use it the other way around. It doesn't really matter, to be fair. It's just I find them that they pair very, very well together. It's small, it's portable, it comes in a tin box, so you can never damage it if you use it. It's just super cute. Like, this star is absolutely lovely. It's super cute. Makes readings very cozy and comfortable, and I feel like all the animal presence in this deck makes sense. Like, this Hangman makes sense because I was just talking about Hangman. And if you like to flex your numerology knowledge, you have pip cards as well, but it's just, I don't know, it's such a shiny ray of sunshine. I don't know. I just absolutely like it. Okay. Next question, because I can't stop gushing about the White Sage Tarot. I'm sorry. What are your thoughts on negative reviews? I think, my personal opinion as a tarot reader that has filmed reviews and walkthroughs and first impressions, I think a review cannot be all positive or all negative. I think both aspects should be reflected in a review to offer credibility to your work. Otherwise, I will think that the review wasn't partial, and personally I dismiss that. I think that with mainly negative reviews that include some positives to the video or to your blog post or whatever medium you decide to share your opinions on, I think a mainly negative review is just that the deck or item or product or service just didn't work for you, and I think it's up to us as consumers to curate our feed with people similar to us, if we want to make the best choices, obviously. And if someone only publishes positive or negative reviews, I think that's a red flag, at least to me. Again, this is up to you, how you decide you want to curate that feed. But there's a but. If it's consistent with that person's content and personality, then I will accept it. Obviously, if I see a deck walkthrough and everything is good, nothing is going wrong, there's no suggestions for improvement, then I will probably consider that deck, that review, a bit weird, to say the least. But again, it's up to us as consumers how we interpret and how we align with our needs, if that makes sense. That's all I have. Let me know if you have any of the decks, if you agree with my points, if you disagree with my points. Let's start the conversation. I hope you enjoyed my ramble, and in the meantime, if you can show support by liking, sharing this video, leaving a comment, subscribing to my channel, all of them, if that's what you want, that would be lovely as well. And thank you, and I do hope to see you soon. Bye.